I think about kids in the refugee camp still, that they don't even have the option to be able to do something that they want to do, you know? So that's always in the back of my mind. And I can't be ungrateful in that sense to be like, oh, I've had a bad day. And I just have to look at it that way sometimes, to be like, okay, you're having a bad day, but it's not that bad. You can get through it. My sister Jen, she really instilled work ethic into me, because, you know, the days where I didn't want to do a cover and post it, she'd be like, okay, cool, well, the next person's doing it. And I'd be like,
she was lighting that
I gotta
fire
get
under
up
your
and
butt a
do
little
it.
bit.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it was great. It was great because it gave me the work ethic I needed, especially now, like just seeing how hard you have to work. It really has paid off, because
Yeah.
I feel like I do really work hard, and I'm grateful for where I am. And yeah, that's just kind of the story, is just growing up. But
the thing that I'm getting from it, and that I'm hoping that people take away from it, is believing in oneself and taking a risk. I mean, how scary that is. And what I love is that you did that at a young age, where as kids, we really had no fear. You know what I mean? And you just kind of, you went for what you thought or believed was right. And you really trusted in yourself to have your closest family members around you, as you just kind of also mentioned, to support, to foster that energy. How special was it, now that, you know, here we are grown adults and you fully can understand and look back, but, you know, had they not been
100%,
how cool is that to know that you
100%.
had folks? Yeah.
It's the best feeling, and I feel for anyone that doesn't have that type of support, just that moral support is just, it's really uplifting, and it's things that you need. And and when it's your family, because they're usually the toughest ones on you, so
For sure.
you know, it's, you need that as well. So it's always good, because it helps you grow. It really does. And my family have been there for me since day one. There's been times where they're like, what are you doing? And then there's been times where it's like, we know exactly what you're doing, we believe in you, we trust you. And that's all I needed them to do, because
Yeah.
I know what I wanted to do, and I know how to do it, or thought I knew how to do it. But you know, I'm a sensible person, I'm responsible, and you know, I have morals and I have values, and
Yeah.
I just needed them to trust that, and to let me go and let me do it, and they were able to do that. So
I want to ask you this. What do you think that you would have been doing had you not been an artist? Like, what would another career choice have been for Nouri? What do you think you'd have been?
well, well, I'm a very creative person, so it definitely has to do something with being creative. But I
Okay.
always loved startups. There was something about startups that I loved. Startup businesses, whether it was an app or a clothing line or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's always that process of trying to get something from the ground up.
Yeah.
That's definitely something I would have been doing, but I'm not canceling that out either, because that's something I still can do,
Of course.
and pursuing to do for sure, because it's just one of my passions. I love it. I love it. And I studied computer science too, to get into the app space, where I wanted to create games or whatever it is, just
Wait, are you talking like are you Call of Duty, Fortnite, Nouri? Do you have like a gamer tag or something that I don't know about?
you know, I do have Call of Duty though.
I love that. Yo, all right. Well, okay. She's like, don't see me on the stick, son. I got you. I got this. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. You know, in the true essence of what this pod is about, it's about making sure that the heart is happy and healthy, and you know, really making sure that you fully take time for yourself to, you know, to nurture that inner being, and you know, you don't expel too much energy in you know, doing for others and not looking after self. I want to stay here for just a little bit and ask, like, yeah, how happy is the heart right now, knowing that you're pursuing your dream, even though it's tough and it's difficult and it's taking you away from some of those people who you love the most?
Yeah. The heart is always happy when I'm doing music. I will say that much. Yeah. I mean, you do get the days where you're about to throw in the towel. I'm not
Mhm.
gonna lie, you do have those days. But I just have to think about the position I'm in and where I was too, and how grateful I should be as well that I am even in a position to be able to do it. Because
Yeah.
I think about kids in the refugee camp still, that they don't even have the option to be
Mhm.
able to do something that they want to do, you know? So that's always in the back of my mind. And I can't be ungrateful in that sense to be like, oh, I've had a bad day. And I just have to look at it that way sometimes to be like, okay, you're having a bad day, but it's not that bad. You can get through it type thing. So
Yeah.
that's kind of what keeps me grounded and gets me back to being focusing on the positive things and pushing forward and focusing and, you know, goals and whatnot. But I'm not gonna lie, there are days where it's like
Yeah.
it's I do get in my head like that for sure. And I'm not gonna lie, the last 2 days were even like that.
Really?
And usually, yeah, and usually I'm one to keep things to myself, but I've been trying to learn to not bottle things up. And it gets to a point where, you know, I don't know how to handle a day
Mhm.
because everything's just kind of bottled up.